call up. An American Yankees.
Let's get two. And up first.
Taylor Davis. There we go.
All right. Go over there.
Anybody here?
Get the ball. Go over there.
Have you heard the microphone up there? If I eat it, is it faster? Thank you. Clayton Jurlo.
Here you guys.
Mets, Caleb Seelinger.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, my name is Brady Cronin. I'm on the Yankees, baby. Woo! Hey, Taylor.
Yeah, Brian, come on. Yeah, go first. And Nick, go first. Then you go down.
Please hold your applause till we announce all six so everyone can hear their names. From the Braves, Will Lister. From the Marlins, Sean Connors. From the Mets, Ethan Anderson. From the Padres, Daniel Weiner. From the Pirates, Nicholas Miller. And the Rockies, Steven DeRego. Okay, let's hear it for him. We'll take 2 minutes per lane for counts also. And a baseball bag. Take your pick. The winner is?
Yeah.
And the second winner is?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Scripps Ranch, California. We're here at Steve Allen Field, and I'm Scott Hall for George Langevin Video Productions. Boy, do we have one heck of a barn burner for you today. It is a 2004 Scripps Ranch World Series. The Yankees are taking on the Marlins. We are about to kick things off here in just a second. The Yankees, of course, made their way all the way to the World Series here, as did the Marlins. Starting off with the batting order for the Yankees. Leading off right now is wearing number 1, Marcus Raimondi. Raimondi setting in the box, nice and relaxed in there. You can see how he transfers his weight back and forth, keeps his hands really loose inside the box. Raimondi sets his feet. Pitch just inside, caught the corner for a strike. So on the hill right now for the Marlins is number 8, Brian Wen. Fastball low and outside for a ball. The count now in Raimondi's favor. Of course, with a skinned infield here, the hitters will have the advantage. Breaking ball caught the outside corner for strike 2. So Raimondi evens the count here, 2-2, here in the top of the first inning of the 2004 Scripps Ranch World Series. Ween sets and throws ball in the low outside corner. Tried for the pitcher's pitch out there. Didn't quite get the call from the umpire. So Wen runs the count full. Big pitch by Wen. Fouled off by Raimondi. Raimondi once again steps in with a full count. This, of course, is exactly what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do. Work the count to his favor, make the pitcher throw his pitches, really make that pitcher work as hard as possible. There's the pitch. High, and it's a foul ball just out of play, so the count remains 3-2. So Wen sets himself. And there's the pitch. Fouled off, just out of play. Raimondi doing an excellent job going with that pitch. That pitch was low and outside, a borderline pitch, but of course with 2 strikes, the hitter has to protect the plate at all costs. And what a great job and beautiful hands by Raimondi. Of course, if you try and pull that outside pitch, you're just going to hit a 2 or 3 hopper to the shortstop. So Raimondi doing a very nice job going with the outside pitch. So we have a battle here in the top of the first inning with the first hitter. And of course, this is the old-fashioned pitchers-hitters duel. Brian Wen trying to figure out where he can throw the ball to get it by Raimondi. Raimondi not giving in at all. Low in the dirt, ball 4. What a heck of an at-bat for Marcus Raimondi. So Raimondi's on first base with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Now hitting Miles Dresner for the Yankees. It's like that fastball just got away from Wen just a tad as it was up and out of the zone, but Dresner chased it. Of course, that ball, I think, got stuck in the top of the fence up there. Those balls up around the eyes are always tough to lay off of. They look so big to the hitter. The hitter just wants to crush them, but boy, are they tough to hit. So the count's 0-1 to Miles Dresner. And a grounder up the middle, bobbled momentarily by the shortstop from the Marlins, unable to regain the composure. Miles Dresner with a single. So Dresner on first, Raimondi on second. This brings up the heavy hitter, Max Denhart. Denhart, one of the bigger players on the Yankees, steps into the box. Brian Wen realizing he's in a bit of trouble here with runners on first and second and nobody out. Well, Wen throws that pitch right by Denhart. Two runners on, nobody out here in the top of the first inning, the 2004 Scripps Ranch World Series, and Wen with the pitch. A little chip shot, that's called a Texas leaguer, right out to left field. Looks like that's going to score a run. And of course, Dresner over to third. That's a stand-up double for Max Denhart. So Yankees lead here in the first inning with nobody out, 1-0. This brings on, of course, the cleanup hitter, Nick Brisicella. The lefty Brisicella facing the righty Wen. Brisicella just over that pitch. Looked like Wen may have broke something off the table there. So Wen needs definitely to pull something out of his sleeve at this point. With nobody out, two runners in scoring position, and the cleanup hitter at the plate. Fastball just got away from Wen. A catcher like a cat back there behind the dish. Recovered momentarily. So Nick Brisicella, the cleanup hitter for the Yankees, has an opportunity for 2 RBIs here. Brisicella way back in the box. And that's strike 2. So Brisicella way down in the count. with 2 strikes. He really has to protect the plate here. The Marlins corners are in, so he needs to hit the ball on the ground, up the middle, or anywhere in the outfield at this point to score a run. There's the pitch by Wen, just high and outside. Still 2 strikes on Brisicella. We have Miles Dresner sitting over there on third base. Max Denhart, who just hit that stand-up double, standing on second base. Brisicella had a fastball to hit, but unable to connect, so that's strike 3. That was a big pitch by Brian Wen. So hitting number 5 here, Ed Higginbotham. Higginbotham, the big, tall, lanky righty, hits a high fly ball to shallow right field. The Marlins are there. Miles Dresner over on third, faked the tag up to try and get a throw in quicker. So with 2 outs now, Tyler Robinson comes to the plate. First pitch low for a ball. Robinson now with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. This is a big chance for the Yankees to break this game wide open here in the first inning. The high fastball fouled off for a strike. So Wen evens the count at 1-1. Robinson sitting way back in the box. Of course, that means he gets to see the ball just that extra 1 or 2 feet, which gives the hitter the advantage. There's the pitch for strike 2. Wen coming up big on the low outside corner there with 2 men on. 2 strikes now on Robinson. Looked like he pulled the string back on that. A bit of a change up there by Wen. Changing speeds quite a bit now. He's really doing a nice job hitting his spots, changing speeds. Of course, that's what pitchers have to do to stay effective here in the 2004 Scripps Ranch World Series. And a good 2-strike swing there by Robinson. Of course, with 2 strikes, if he's just trying to protect the plate on anything close. Dresner on third, Denhart on second, Robinson at the plate. And Robinson, with an outside pitch, a fly ball to the third baseman. He grabs it, no problem. So with 1 run on 2 hits, the Yankees lead 1-0, and the Marlins got out of some big-time trouble there in the top of the first. Stay with us, folks, and we'll be right back with the Marlins at bat. This is Scott Hall for George Langevin Video Productions. We'll be right back. And we're back here at the bottom half of the first inning. The Yankees leading 1-0 over the Marlins. Now the Marlins really just escaped a lot of trouble there with 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. Brian Wen came up big time, getting 3 straight outs. So a nice job there pitching by Brian Wen. Here we go in the bottom of the first here. The Yankees, the pitcher now is Max Denhart. He's on the hill. Behind the dish is Brady Cronin. On first base, Nick Brisicella. On second base here is Marcus Raimondi. Marcus, of course, had that excellent first at-bat of the game. Shortstop here, Roger Ahern. On third base, Anthony Zaki. In left field, we have Tyler Robinson. Center field, Ed Higginbotham. And in right field, we have Tyler Robinson. Hitting here for the Marlins, leading off Andrew Hill. Hitting in the 2 spot, Christopher Honeycutt. In the 3 spot, Tyler McSparren. Cleaning up today is Nick Batt. In the 5 spot, Michael Hopkins. Number 6, Cameron Kubis. In the 7, Nick Bayer. Hitting 8, Ryan Carden. Hitting 9, Brian Wen. Hitting 9, Connor Byron. And hitting 10, Michael Hill. Number 11 is Kyle Hoffer. So here we go, leading off for the Marlins, Andrew Hill wearing number 4. Of course, we were talking momentarily ago in the first inning regarding the skinned infield. It is to the hitter's advantage. Of course, if there were grass out there, it would slow the ball down quite a bit for the infielders to get behind the ball quicker and more effectively. There's also more true hops if there were grass out there. So this is definitely a hitter's ballpark with that skinned infield. So Andrew Hill fouls off that first heater and falls behind 0-1. And a big deuce. That ball just fell right off the table there. So Max Denhart showing off his big curveball early. Denhart tried with the high heater. Couldn't fool Andrew Hill, as Hill still behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. A big curveball once again. Andrew Hill goes down swinging. So with 1 out, nobody on, Christopher Honeycutt steps to the plate. And Max Denhart starts him off with a fastball on the low outside corner. Christopher Honeycutt unable to catch up to that heater. Denhart buckling the knees of Christopher Honeycutt. Honeycutt went down to his ankles there off a big curveball. Another curveball in the dirt. Strike 3, swinging is Christopher Honeycutt for the 2nd out of the inning. So Max Denhart with 2 early strikeouts in the bottom of the 1st inning. This brings on the number 3 hitter, Tyler McSparren. So fastball low and outside for ball 1. Denhart really showing off his good stuff here early in the 1st inning. Big curveball, swinging right through that for the 1st strike. So McSparren going right, swinging right through that pitch. Unable to connect. He steps out of the box, refocuses, and sets in. We'll see what Max Denhart has in store for him here with 2 strikes. Denhart with another big curveball, low and outside. McSparren swings right through that for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs on, no hits for the Marlins. Yankees still lead 1-0 as we head into the 2nd inning. And we're back here in the top of the 2nd inning. We have a new pitcher here for the Marlins. Number 12, Ryan Carden, is on the hill. And leading off for the Yankees is Anthony Zaki. So with a 1-0 lead, the Yankees step it up here for the top of the 2nd inning as Zaki takes a ball. The outfield's playing awfully deep here. We'll see if Zachy can punch one in. And Zachy with a big swing, but unable to connect with Cardin's fastball. And Cardin pulls a string back on that as Zachy looks at strike 3 for the first out of the inning. This brings on Roger Ahern. Ahern's first at-bat of the day. Once again, that outfield is playing awfully deep. And there's a ground ball, a diving save over there.
Roger!
A beautiful defensive play as Roger Ahern comes up big with 1 out and a single. And Taylor Davis steps to the plate. Davis showed bunt, pulled back when he saw the high fastball, and that's ball 1. So Ryan Cardin, realizing there's a runner on first base, he has to be quick off the mound on a bunt. Davis watches ball 2. So a 2-0 count. Cardin can't be happy with himself now, realizing he just fell behind 2-0 with a runner on first base and 1 out. And there's the bunt down the third base line. Cardin reaches over. A beautiful play by Cardin as he falls off his feet to the ground. That was just a beautifully executed bunt by Taylor Davis.
Yeah, remember to keep running, buddy. Good job. Nice bunt.
With 1 out now, we have Taylor Davis on first base, Roger Ahern on second, and Brady Cronin at the plate. Cronin unable to lay off that high fastball. Boy, those fastballs look good up there to hitters. Looks like a beach ball coming in, but man, are they so hard to hit. And there's a strike. So the infield isn't really playing a double play depth. Looks like they're just trying to get 1 out here. As Cronin watches a ball go by. The middle infield is playing awfully deep, as is the outfield. They are looking for Cronin here to hit a long ball, it looks like. And a fastball right by him. Cronin, strike 3 for the second out of the inning.
Let's go, Anthony!
So coming to the plate for the Yankees, wearing number 12, Anthony Poltz. Poltz showing bunt as there's a steal on the play. Looks like Ahern stole third without even a throw. So runners on first and third here. Davis on first, Ahern on third with 2 outs. Anthony Poltz at the plate. Poltz skimmies back, and here comes the runner sliding in. He's safe at home. Roger Ahern showing off his wheels, and the Marlins not paying attention. Taylor Davis hustles his way to third base. 2 outs now here in the top of the second inning. Brady Cronin sitting at the plate, realizing now he has an excellent shot at an RBI. A very smart play by Taylor Davis. And there's a foul ball, hits the fence. Cronin staying alive. So Pulse swings through that pitch. 2 outs here. Yankees leading 2-0. The speedy Davis over on third base, taking advantage of the Marlins. And a high fastball gets away from the catcher. Davis coming in. There's the plate. He's out of there for the 3rd out. So the Yankees still causing trouble at the plate, leading 2-0 as we head into the bottom of the 2nd inning. And we're back here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Anthony Pulse, who was left stranded at the plate last inning, is now on the mound for the Yankees. And hitting, of course, for the Marlins is their cleanup hitter, Nick Bat. So the big lanky Pulse is on the mound. Big right-hander. Tries to break off a curveball, but a ground ball to the second baseman is good enough for the 1st out of the inning, and Nick Bat heads back to the dugout. Now hitting, number 7, Michael Hopkins. Big curveball by Pulse. Now during the warm-ups, Pulse threw a lot of curveballs, and boy are they wicked. He just drops those curveballs right off the table. We'll see if he can keep those in the strike zone here. As he tries one right there, Hopkins unable to connect solidly as he fouls that ball off. Of course, they say hitting a baseball is the most difficult thing to do in any sport. So we'll see if Hopkins here can make that statement less true. Of course, you're taking a round ball and a round bat and trying to hit it square. Anthony Pulse with a big curveball low and outside. That'll be a ball. So now Michael Hopkins steps back into the plate. Hopkins looks nice and loose back there. Big curveball, a little too high. It looks like the umpire said it broke a tad too late. Pulse unhappy with that call as he hangs his head back to the mound. Pulse once again with the pitch. Low in the dirt for ball 4.
All right, buddy, here we go.
So Hopkins aboard with 1 out on a walk. This brings on Cameron Kubis. Hopkins is the first base runner that the Marlins have had all game, but we are only in the bottom of the 2nd inning here. See what Kubis can do as he sits back. There's a hard ground ball to the hot corner as it goes through to the outfield. So Kubis comes up big with 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd.
All right, Ant, here we go, buddy.
So Marlins now with a chance to score, 1 runner in scoring position. This brings on number 3, Nick Bayer. Bayer with a smaller strike zone than usual. Of course, he's up in the front of the box.
Foul through, buddy, foul through.
There's the pitch by Pulse, low and outside. Looked like he tried to change speeds on that pitch. As he falls behind 2-0 to Nick Bayer.
Best I don't say.
That ball's in the dirt. And the Marlins are off, stealing third base. There's Michael Hopkins showing off his wheels. So we have Kubis on first, Hopkins on third, and Nick Bayer at the plate. Big pitch by Pultz. The count is 3 balls and 1 strike in favor of Bayer. And a big swing by Bayer. Fouling that ball off, running the count full. Anthony Pultz needs to come up big here. With a 3-2 count, runners on first and third. There's the pitch by Pultz. Ground ball to third base, through, it's down the line. That'll score a run. So Bayer comes up huge here in the bottom of the second.
All right, Anthony. All strikes, buddy.
Now hitting for the Marlins, number 12, Ryan Carden. Carden, of course, pitched last inning for the Marlins. And Pultz, first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1.
Come on, buddy.
At this point, Pultz really needs to just relax and throw the way he knows how to throw. He might be tensing up just a little bit here. Looks like he's trying to aim the ball rather than just sit back and throw it.
Come on, Ann. All strikes, buddy. You and the catcher.
So runners on first and second base with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Anthony Pultz on the hill for the Yankees. Carden watches that pitch go by for a strike. This will bring on a visit to the mound.
All right, Anthony.
We're back after a short break, a visit to the mound. Sometimes those visits to the mound are just what a pitcher needs in order to break up the hitter's momentum. It's funny how baseball is such a game of momentum. They say hitting is contagious. And a lot of times if a manager goes out and just breaks up the momentum, it's a huge advantage for the pitchers. In this case, Pultz walks Ryan Carden to load the bases.
Come on, Anthony.
So Brian Wen steps into the box. Wen, of course, pitched the first inning for the Marlins. Anthony Pultz in a bit of trouble here with bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Pultz with a high fastball as Brian Wen fouls that pitch off, way out of play. So Pultz getting ahead 0-1 here to Wen. And that's such a big advantage for a pitcher to get that first strike over. Ball just a bit outside. The catcher tried to frame that pitch. The umpire was not fooled by that at all, as he evens the count 1-1. A beautiful pitch by Pultz. Low and at the knees as Wen fouls it off.
Way to go, Ant.
So Pultz way up now with 2 strikes on the hitter. He can really play around with a couple pitches now. There's a big curveball right back to the pitcher. Pultz to home.
Yeah, Anthony.
As they get the force out at home plate. A wise decision by Pultz. That's really thinking on your feet.
2 outs.
So Pultz still has the bases loaded for the Yankees.
I'm standing right here.
In comes Connor Bryan to the plate. Bryan watches ball 1 in the dirt. With the bases juiced here, Connor Bryan has a chance to really break this game wide open for the Marlins. Fastball low and outside. Here comes the runner. There's going to be a play at the plate. Safe all around. And once again, with a big throw from home to second, that'll score 2 for the Marlins. The Marlins now take the lead 3-2.
Come on, Ed.
So wise base running there by Brian Wen, drawing the throw from home plate over to second base. That allowed the runner on third to score. So Connor Bryant at the plate. The runner in scoring position. He's got one duck on the pond. Ball 4 by Poltz.
Come on, Ed.
That might not be all that bad of a pitch right there by Poltz, as now there's a force play at any base. So the manager will come out and talk to Poltz, kind of just give him a little pep talk here. You can see that Poltz is a little disappointed with his performance at this point. But he's not in all that bad of a situation. Like I said, there's a runner on first, a runner on second. This leaves a force play at any base. And with only one out here in the bottom of the second, it also leaves an opportunity for a double play. A simple ground ball up the middle for the infield could end the inning for the Yankees just like that. So Michael Hill steps to the plate for the Marlins. Runners on first and second with one out.
Come on, Ed.
Poltz with another ball in the dirt. The runner's heading for third. The throw gets away from the third baseman. Here comes the throw. There's going to be a play at the plate. And the speedy Brian Wen is home safe for the 4th run this inning.
Come on, Ed.
Michael Hill for the Marlins has an excellent chance here for an RBI with only one out and a runner on third base. All he has to do is hit the ball to the outfield.
Come on, Ed.
Big curveball by Poltz. Backs uphill off out of the box for a strike. A great pitch, low and at the knees for strike 2. Poltz all over this hitter. At this point, Poltz really needs to come up big as a pitcher. He needs a pitcher's out right here. An excellent at-bat for Michael Hill. With 2 strikes, he did a wonderful job protecting the outside corner.
Come on, Ed.
A grounder up the middle, right over the bag and into the outfield. That's an RBI for Michael Hill. Looked like Poltz almost had a glove on that, as did the second baseman and shortstop, but that ball was like threading a needle out there. This brings on number 2, Kyle Hoffer. So the lefty Hoffer watches ball 1 go by. The Marlins have a runner on first base with 1 out. The Yankees obviously looking for a ground ball here to get a force out. They desperately need an out here to gain the momentum back in their favor. So that's ball 4 by Poltz. This brings on the leadoff hitter, Andrew Hill.
Here we go, Ant.
So the manager is making the trip to the mound. They might be making the call to the bullpen at this point. They scored 5 runs this inning, the Marlins that is, still with 1 out. Runners on first and second base. We'll see what Andrew Hill can accomplish here at the plate.
Good job, Ant.
So it looks like Anthony Poltz is taken out of the ball game. He's definitely a bit disappointed after that performance. We'll take a break here at George Langevin Video Productions as we wait for this pitcher to loosen up. So after a call to the bullpen, looks like number 11, Nick Brisicella, will take the mound for the Yankees. Of course, Andrew Hill still at the plate for the Marlins. Runners on first and second, and Hill with a little chopper just foul. So Brisicella gets ahead of this leadoff hitter, Andrew Hill. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Brisicella with a big deuce for strike 2. And a high fly ball to shallow center field. The runners are going, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So the Marlins, after a monster second inning, score 5 runs and now lead the Yankees 5-2 as we head into the top of the 3rd inning. We're back here in the top of the 3rd inning. Anthony Poltz leading off for the Yankees. There's a new pitcher for the Marlins as well, Kyle Hoffer. He's now on the hill as he blows strike 1 by Anthony Poltz. So Hoffer sets and throws as Poltz swings through that curveball in the dirt.
Come on, Ant.
So Poltz falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 3rd inning, Marlins just took a monster 5-2 lead. Poltz makes contact up the middle to the shortstop, and that's a 6-3 first out of the inning. So we're back to the top of the order. Marcus Raimondi at bat for the Yankees. So Hoffer changing speeds on the hitters right away, getting way ahead and creating a ground ball situation for the Marlins. Caught the inside corner there to Raimondi. And there's a little shot out to shallow center field. A sliding catch is made. Holy smokes, Michael Hopkins out there. That's an ESPN highlight moment tonight. You'll see that play on SportsCenter. So Miles Dresner comes to the plate with 2 outs. Dresner, a little line drive over to second base, and that's the first 1-2-3 inning that the Marlins have had. So no runs on no hits that inning. Marlins still lead 5-2. And folks, look at this. We have got a Major League Baseball grounds crew out here. This guy is going at it. Now, this is what I call Big League Baseball and Scripps Ranch. We're back here in the bottom of the third inning. Marlins with a hefty 5-2 lead over the Yankees in the 2004 Scripps Ranch World Series. Leading off for the Marlins is their number 2 hitter, Christopher Honeycutt. Honeycutt with a big wide stance and a line drive down the left field line, just foul. He was definitely looking at extra bases off of that one. We have a new pitcher here for the Yankees. Number 11, Nick Brisicella. The big lefty takes the mound. Brisicella just high with that fastball. Looked like he was trying to get Honeycutt to chase the high heater. Big fastball by Brisicella. You can really see how Brisicella gets his weight behind his pitches. He has a big leg kick. Keeps his weight evenly distributed on the backside until the last minute and then exploding towards the plate. High and outside for a ball. So Honeycutt, the advantage in the count, steps into the backside of the box. Here comes the pitch from Brisicella. Curveball for a strike.
Go, Nick.
And that's strike 3. Brisicella starts off the inning with a strike.
Better coach.
So with 1 out in the bottom of the third inning, the Marlins leading 5-2. Tyler McSparron comes to the plate. And a curveball creates an uppercut of a swing, and that ball just falls foul.
There are 8 breakdowns, yeah. So Anthony's in the
mom, we know.
Hey, Sean, make sure these two stick together. That's a great thing.
Oh,
Yeah, well, Sean would too.
That ball's low for a ball. Brisicella trying to hit the corners, has done so very effectively so far. He's hit the inside, the outside, the up, and the down.
what are you doing here?
There's the pitch, low and outside for a ball.
No.
The catcher really wanted that one. You can see how he paused before he threw the ball back, as if to question that umpire's call. And there's a line drive up the middle. McSparron rounds first base, looking for 2, as the ball comes in safely to second base. Now hitting for the Marlins, their cleanup hitter, Nick Bat. Bat hit a ground ball to the second baseman last inning, or rather in the first inning. He comes aboard now with 1 out and a runner on first base. A high heater, high and inside. That's some chin music for Nick Bat. And a big curveball throws Bat way off balance, had him way out on his front foot. And that's why curveballs are so effective, is when you throw a fastball in there at, say, 60 miles an hour, then you throw a curveball in there that's about 10 or 12 miles an hour less, it really throws the hitters off balance. As looks like Bat was hoping for that ball to stay fair as it just ran foul. So changing speeds for a pitcher is so crucially important. Looks like Brisicella is doing that very effectively here in the bottom of the third inning. Brisicella with a fastball, trying to paint the outside black of the plate. You can see his disappointment as he hangs his head and walks back to the mound. So the big lefty, Nick Bat, a little bit ahead of the count here. Looked like Brisicella tried for something off speed as that ball was high. So with one out, a runner on first, Nick Bat at the plate. That's ball 4. So now Brisicella is in just a little bit of trouble as the Marlins have a runner in scoring position, 2 runners on. And Michael Hopkins to the plate. Hopkins, of course, made that diving catch in the outfield last inning for the Marlins. That saved a potential big rally by the Yankees. So Hopkins, as he steps in and watches ball 1 go by, Brisicella sets, and here's the pitch. A line drive in the hole between third and short. Looks as though McSparron didn't quite get all the way around third base, so he'll stay at third. Nick Bat's on second, and Hopkins with a single loads the bases for Karmer and Kubis.
Good job, Ed.
One out and the bases are juiced for Kubis. A big-time fastball by Brisicella. Blows it right by Kubis.
Well, Anthony is in the World Series playing right now. Yeah, and he pitched. Now that you're left. So you want to come down a bit early?
And an off-speed breaking ball for a strike 2. That fastball, not this past pitch, but the one before, was something that we haven't seen from Brisicella all inning. I think he definitely needs to throw that pitch a little more. Curveball, strike 3. He just watched it all the way. Kubis goes down looking for the second out of the inning. That was a big pitch by Brisicella. There's a huge pitchers out there. We'll see if he can do the same as Nick Boyer steps to the plate. Ball just gets by the catcher as he scurries after it, and he's out at the plate. McSparron trying to show off his wheels going from third to home, unable to do so effectively. So on 2 hits, no runs that inning, the Marlins still have a very safe and nice lead, 5-2 over the Yankees as we head into the top of the 4th inning. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back. And we're back here in the top of the 4th inning. Marlins still lead 5-2. As the number 3 hitter for the Yankees, Max Denhart, comes to the plate. Of course, Denhart pitched the first inning for the Yankees and set the Marlins down 1-2-3 with 3 strikeouts. Denhart also had a double back in the first inning, which scored Marcus Raimondi for the first run of the game for the Yankees. Denhart with a big swing fouls that ball off. And on the hill now for the Marlins, number 3, Nick Boyer. Boyer leaves the ball up in the zone as that ball is crushed off the wall as he rounds first, heads into second, slides into second. Piece of cake for Max Denhart. Big time double. That's his second double of the game. And now with a runner in scoring position, the Marlins coming into the heart of the Yankees order here. Nick Brisicella, the cleanup hitter, comes to the plate. Looked like Boyer left that pitch just a little bit too high up in the zone as Denhart just crushed it, man. He was all over that ball. It one-hopped the fence. Marlins did an excellent job of bringing that ball back into the infield quickly and effectively. They hit their cutoff man and stopped the runner from taking the third base. So Brisicella shows bunt, pulls back, looks like that ball may have been a strike. And Denhart over on second, looked like he faked a steal to third base. A big curveball by Boyer. He really pulled the string back on that pitch. Probably took off about 12 miles an hour. And Boyer, the pitch, tried to catch the outside corner, unable to paint the black. So Brisicella steps back into the box, the count in his favor. Now, runner on second base, he's got one duck on a pond and a big swing by Brisicella. He was looking to go deep on that swing. At this point, the Yankees really just need some base runners. As Brisicella swings through that fastball for strike 3 for the first out of the inning. So Ed Higginbotham, who flew out to right field back in the first inning, steps into the plate. A fastball just got away from Boyer just a bit. He really threw that pitch hard. Boyer, another big curveball, set that one in on the outside corner for a backdoor strike. Higginbotham fouled that ball off. Boyer likes to play with fire, it seems like, as he pitches a lot of his balls up in the zone. Of course, that's a very dangerous part. The hitters can oftentimes take the ball fairly deep with balls up in the zone. On the other side of things, it's also much harder to hit, so he's so far been very effective. Oh, he's playing with a little bit of fire here as Ed Higginbotham fouls it off for strike 2. Denhart still on second base. Another high curveball. Higginbotham with 2 strikes now, just protecting the plate, doing what he can to just make contact. And with 1 out, he can still hit the ball to the right side and advance the runner. Low and outside for a ball. Higginbotham just watched that pitch go by. It's a good waste pitch by Nick Boyer. Very smart. You don't want to throw too many strikes as a pitcher, otherwise those hitters will start to get a feel for it. As a high fly ball to first base. That's caught. Piece of cake for the first baseman. So Tyler Robinson for the Yankees steps into the box. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. We'll see what the Yankees can do here. Of course, it's always a wonderful thing for a team to get a runner on second base with nobody out. Of course, it's the most painstaking situation when you do have someone on second with nobody out and you can't get them around. So a chopper over to third base. They make the throw for the 3rd out of the inning. So on 1 hit, a double by Max Denhart. No runs were scored. as the Marlins still lead 5-2. We'll be right back for the bottom half of the 4th inning. Stay with us. And we're back here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Marlins leading 5-2 as the Yankees started off with a couple of runs early on. Looked like they were going to run away with it. As there's a high fly ball to left field, caught for the first out of the inning. Ryan Carden.
Keep your head in the game, buddy.
Nick Boyer, rather, hit that ball out to left field. So Nick Boyer with the first out of the inning. Now hitting for the Marlins, number 12, Rick Carden.
No. Anthony made a nice little run and catch to the line.
A little curveball there, that ball spinning foul.
That was Anthony.
And a new pitcher for the Yankees this inning, number 2, Roger Ahern. So Carden sets himself into the plate.
Nice, everybody's getting a chance to do something different today.
With 1 out and nobody on. Ahern with a big curveball. That ball started out at his eyes and ended up in the dirt.
Got the ices for everybody.
We'll see if he can change speeds here. Come back with a fastball and really mix him up.
Don't tell Daniel,
Yeah.
I
You
know.
put him in. Did you teach him everything you know about catching?
There was the fastball low and inside for a ball. Couldn't quite catch that inside corner. That's a great pitch for him with a righty-on-righty matchup here. If he stays low and inside on this hitter, he will be very successful. There's another fastball in the outside corner. No swing by Carden. Called strike. We'll see here what old Roger Ahern can pull out of his hat here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Big curveball, just touched. Diving play by Ahern for the 2nd out of the inning. He's like a cat off that mound. Holy smokes.
Heads up now, Ant.
Now hitting number 8, Brian Ween.
I will. Show it.
Another big curveball tapped back to the mound. Ahern over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. That inning was all Roger Ahern as he walks off the field, dirt on his uniform, showing that he's hustling out there. Still trailing, though, 2-5 as we head into the top of the 5th inning. And welcome back, folks, to the top half of the 5th inning. Yankees only 2 more chances to score 3 runs. We'll see if Anthony Zaki, the leadoff hitter for the Yankees this inning, can do anything about this situation. There's a little chopper over the second base bag. The play to first. Ump calls him safe. Anthony Zaki showing off his speedy wheels, hustling down the line, and folks, that's why you always run out those infield singles. So Roger Ahern, the pitcher from last inning, now steps into the box. Honeycutt, the new pitcher for the Marlins, blows that fastball right by Ahern. The Yankees really need to manufacture some runs here. At the top of the 5th inning, runner on first base is Anthony Zaki. Fastball inside, and off goes Zaki into second, standing up. So a wild pitch by Honeycutt. allows Zaki to move over into scoring position for Roger Ahern. And strike two for Honeycutt. Honeycutt way up in the count. At this point, Roger Ahern really just needs to get a bat on the ball, hit the ball to the right side, advance the runner over to third base. And a monster curve just inside. Looked like Ahern ducked out of the way of it, as if the ball were going to hit him in the head. The ball almost fell over for a strike. There's the pitch. A high fly ball over to first base.
Caught for the first out of the inning. So Roger Ahern goes down with a fly ball. This brings on Taylor Davis.
There's the pitch by Honeycutt. Looked like Davis was trying to bunt the ball. The Marlins all over it as their corners were playing a bit in, and Honeycutt just very quick off the mound. I'm not sure if that's the best idea at this point for Taylor Davis. Davis was walked back in the second inning. There's a big swing by Davis as he fouls that ball off. There's the pitch, catching the outside corner for a strike. Zaki sitting over there on second base, shaking his head, wondering where in the world that pitch was. So Honeycutt with the pitch, a slow curveball in the dirt for a ball. He took off about 10 miles an hour off that pitch. Fastball low in at the knees. Davis fouls that one off. So with two strikes on him, Davis doing a wonderful job protecting the plate. And with one out, he really needs to get this ball into play and advance the runner. Just high for a ball. The catcher froze for a minute as if to say to the umpire, "Come on, man." And a line drive to left field. Zaki over to third. A big throw into home. Davis heading for second, sliding in there. Safe at second. Here comes Zaki. Play at the plate. He's out of there. So Taylor Davis with a beautiful hit out to left field. And Anthony Zaki making the right play there. I mean, as a manager, you definitely want to make the fielders make the play. And at that point, it needed to be a perfect throw right into the catcher's mitt without him bobbling the ball at all. And that's exactly what they did. So it was a well done, well played, well executed situation on both teams. As that ball's low in the dirt, and Taylor Davis heads over to third base. So now 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. Brandon Cronin is at bat. He has a runner in scoring position as that ball's chipped out to the outfield and caught without a problem. So Brady Cronin makes a 3rd out of the inning. And 2 hits, no runs that inning for the Yankees. They still trail 5-2. And we're back here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. We have a new pitcher for the Yankees, number 5, Brady Cronin. Cronin, of course, made the 3rd out of last inning. We'll see what he can do here on the hill for the Yankees. And stepping to the plate for the Marlins, Connor Bryan, wearing number 9. So Bryan takes strike 1. A big heater, huge heater right there from Brady Cronin. Breaking ball just missed the outside corner. Cronin changing speeds here already. Trying to keep Connor Bryan off balance. But Bryan has a nice wide stance. So with a wide stance like that, it allows the hitter to actually keep his weight distributed very evenly. Big curveball. Looked like Bryan almost ducked into that pitch. Ball in the dirt for a strike. Connor Bryan just swung right through that pitch. So nobody on, nobody out here. First hitter in the bottom of the 5th for the Marlins. And there's the pitch for a strike. Caught the inside corner. Looked like Connor Bryan thought that may have been ball 4 as he dropped the bat. Looked like he was heading down the line. Rather, it's strike 3 for the first out of the 5th inning. This brings on Michael Hill. Hill had a single back in the 2nd inning. We'll see if he can add another statistic to the day for Michael Hill. And Cronin with the pitch, low and inside for a ball. He had backed Michael Hill right out of the box. And a hard fastball to the right side. From his knees, threw him out.
Marcus, way to stay with it, Marcus.
So Marcus Raimondi, the second baseman for the Yankees, down on his knees after the ball was chopped right into him. Looked like Roberto Alomar over there. So with 2 outs, Kyle Hoffer steps to the plate. Hoffer, the big lefty, tries to drag bunt. Third baseman was playing back for the Yankees, Anthony Zaki. I don't think Zaki will be playing back anymore after he witnessed that little attempt at a drag bunt. Of course, Zaki steps in. There's the pitch, just wide for a ball. Hoffer shows bunt again. Zaki right on top of the play. In a situation like this, you want it with nobody on and 2 outs. You want your third baseman to crash the plate, and the pitcher will have the first base side. So the first baseman will just stay home and hang out on the bag. Of course, is in a bunt situation. That way the pitcher will cover one side, the third baseman will cover the other. There's a pitch in the dirt for a ball. Kyle Hoffer working the count very effectively here in his favor. There's the pitch, a curveball, just outside, ball 4. So that's the first base runner of the inning for the Marlins. Hoffer is aboard with a walk. Now the leadoff hitter for the Marlins, Andrew Hill. 2 outs, runner on first base, Hill at the plate. Marlins leading 5-2. Big breaking pitch, just missed the outside corner. Cronin's throwing that breaking pitch a lot. I think at this point he needs to throw that fastball a little bit more, work on getting ahead of the hitters. It's amazing what the first strike does for a pitcher. It gives him so much more confidence. If he can just work that first pitch over the plate, I think he'll be a heck of a lot more effective as that pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Fastball misses outside for ball 4. That's 2 walks in a row for Cronin. Now the Marlins with 2 runners aboard and 2 outs in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Christopher Honeycutt comes to the plate.
Not so much. We used to play more in Maryland, just sort of in the driveway and stuff, but they never really wanted to pursue it.
Caught the inside corner. Looked like Honeycutt was trying to juke the umpire there by jumping out of the way. In Major League Baseball, they call that a juke, where the hitter actually jumps back off of an inside pitch that he doesn't feel like he can handle. A lot of times it works and it's effective. As a pitch goes to the screen, there's a throw to third base. It looked like Kyle Hoffer was trying to steal third, and he did so effectively.
Come on, Brady.
So both of the runners advance. Andrew Hill now on second, Hoffer over on third, Honeycutt at the plate. There's a pitch just behind Honeycutt. Looked like he wanted to send a message there saying, "This is my plate, buddy." So Cronin back on top of the hill. 2 runners in scoring position for the Marlins. Big pitch by Cronin. That's a strike as the ball gets by the catcher. Cronin right on top of the plate, just in case that Hoffer decided to want to try and steal home. So Honeycutt still at the plate with 2 outs here. Marlins leading 5-2. At this point, the Yankees need to stop the bleeding. The outfield for the Yankees playing shallow. Inside corner, strike 3. A beautiful pitch by Cronin ends the 5th inning. No runs on no hits for the Marlins, still ahead 5-2 as we head into the 6th inning. We're back here in the top half of the 6th inning. The Marlins put in their closer, Nick Bat, on the hill. Nick Bat, the big lefty, watching his warm-up pitches. Man, this guy has got some wicked tail on his fastball. Of course, being a lefty sure helps. And showing bunt is Anthony Poltz for the Yankees. The Yankees start off with their 11th hitter, then they're right back at the top of the order with Marcus Raimondi and Miles Dresner. Showing bunt again is Poltz. Strike 2 on Poltz. Poltz trying to make something happen and get that infield to scurry around the inner 10-foot radius around him. And there's a chopper over to first base. Christopher Honeycutt makes the play for the first out of the inning. So the Yankees, only 2 chances left here to get back in this game. 2 outs left. Top of the order now, Marcus Raimondi. Fastball, couldn't quite catch that outside corner. Maybe a little too much tail for Nick Bat as Raimondi watches ball 1 go by. Nick Bat catches that inside Black. Raimondi takes strike one, counts 1-1 now to Raimondi. Raimondi had a walk back in the first inning. Also flew out to right field back in the third. And a high fly ball.
Up in the press box.
That was a good one.
So Raimondi falls behind with 2 strikes here in the top half of the 6th inning. And the closer, Nick Bat, the fastball on the inside corner for strike 3. Yankees now with 1 out left to create some sort of rally. Of course, they're 3 runs behind at this point. Miles Dresner comes to the plate. Fastball by Bat in the dirt and behind the catcher for ball 1. So with 2 outs here in the top half of the 2004 Scripps Ranch World Series, we're down to 1 out here for the Yankees as the Marlins lead 5-2. And a ground ball up the middle over the second base bag. The Yankees are still alive. Miles Dresner with a single here in the top of the 6th. So with a runner on first, 2 outs, Max Denhart, who has already had 2 doubles today, comes to the plate. Denhart, one of the most feared Yankees hitters, comes aboard with a runner on. Fastball low and inside for a ball. And Dresner standing over there on first base, looking for some action. The big lefty Bat tries to sneak a fastball in, low and at the knees, does not do so successfully as ball 2 to Denhart. Of course, the tying run is on deck at this point. That's a strike way inside as the runner's off with a stolen base. Miles Dresner winds up on second. The count is 2-1. I think Denhart was wondering where in the world that ball was and how it could be called a strike, as the ball actually got away from the catcher. So a fastball swung through, fouled off by Denhart. Miles Dresner just sitting out there on second base, chatting it up a little bit with the shortstop. There's the pitch, low and outside. Dresner over to third, sliding in. Nice little pop-up slide by Miles Dresner. So he has third base, no problem. At this point, the Yankees really just need base runners. And the run from Miles Dresner doesn't mean a whole lot at this point as they still trail by 3 runs. That ball is a little, just a bit outside, as that's ball 4 to Max Denhart. So the Yankees now, not in all that bad of a position. Runners on first and third, the tying run at the plate. And it's their cleanup hitter, folks, Nick Brisicella. Brisicella struck out back in the 4th and back in the 1st. There's a ball way inside. At this point, Brisicella may want to think about leaning into that pitch and creating an opportunity for a bases-loaded situation. Brisicella way back in the box. There's the heater. Brisicella with a big swing. He wanted to tie that game up with one swing. Brisicella fouls that ball off. Still, we have runners on first and third
Here we go, Nick.
with 2 outs. Brisicella at bat. So Nick Bat has some last-minute words for the catcher. See if they want to try something fancy here. With 2 outs, tying run at the plate. There's the pitch, and the strike is called for strike 3. And that's it, folks. There you have it. The Marlins coming back after a 2-0 deficit after the second inning. The Marlins had a monster second inning, scoring 5 runs, and the Yankees unable to produce from the third inning on. They just really couldn't quite get their hitting going. They scattered a couple of hits here and there after that second inning, but the Marlins just consistently throughout the game battered the Yankees pitching, and especially there in the second inning, scoring 5 runs, which all started with Michael Hopkins' walk, followed by a Cameron Kubis single, another single by Nick Boyer, a walk by Cardin, a fielder's choice, another walk by Connor O'Brien, a single, an RBI single there by Michael Hill, and Kyle Hoffer with a walk. And that pretty much sums it up for the Marlins with 5 runs in that second inning. So we had a real nail-biter here in Scripps Ranch. Here at Steve Allen Field, the Marlins are your 2004 Scripps Ranch World Series champions. I'm Scott Hall for George Langevin Video Productions. Thank you for watching. Well, folks, we're back here. Amazingly enough, it looks like the coaches may have agreed to actually play this bottom half of the 6th inning. My only guess and my only assumption would be that they wanted to get a pitcher, one more inning in. But to my amazement, the Marlins are actually going to hit here, even though they already lead 5 runs to 2. So on the hill now is Miles Dresner for the Yankees. That pitch is inside, catches the inside corner for a strike. So Dresner with a fastball that hits the plate and bounces up. That's a ball. Counts even 1-1. So McSparron turns on that fastball into the cage. Did the right thing, actually. On inside pitches, you're supposed to pull it. Only I guess that pitch was a little too inside, as he pulled it so much it actually hit the inside screen of the dugout there. It's a big curveball, a chopper over to shortstop. McSparron beats out that infield single. So hitting now, number 10, Nick Bat, the closer for the Marlins. The runner on first base, the big lefty, steps into the box. Pitches low for a ball. So Nick Bat really just came in there and shut down the Yankees that last inning. He's a good guy to have on the hill if you're up by 1 or 2 runs. Or in the Marlins case, it was 3 runs. And a big curveball by Miles Dresner. Can't quite catch that outside corner. Curveball just drops right off the table. Dresner unhappy with that pitch as he shakes his head. And a big curveball hits Nick Bat right in the thigh. Bat shrugs it off like it's nothing as he hustles down to first base. So 2 runners on and nobody out for the Marlins. Michael Hopkins now at bat. So we're going to have a pinch runner here for the Marlins. It looks like Andrew Hill will come in and pinch run for Nick Bat. Bat looks like he's trying to shake off that hit by pitch just moments ago. So Andrew Hill takes over for Bat at first base. Got Tyler McSparron on second. And Michael Hopkins at the plate. Miles Dresner still on the hill for the Yankees.
Well, you know, a few kids, like Anthony was a shorty like that. Brian,
Dresner low in the dirt. The runners are off. There's a throw to third. It looks like he's safe. All runners are in there. So the Yankees really need to just stop the bleeding. At this point, they need a ground ball or a pitcher's out, a strikeout. There's a high fly ball to shallow right field. And a diving catch is made. The runner tags. 1 run scores. Tyler Robinson for the Yankees makes a diving catch in right field.
Catch, Tyler.
So a sac fly for Michael Hopkins.
That scores 1. Now the Marlins up 6-2. Miles Dresner on the hill with the pitch. Fastball in the outside corner for a strike. The ball got away from the catcher. And the runner, Andrew Hill, advances to third. Cameron Kubas at the plate. Catches the inside corner for a strike. Big pitch by Dresner. Gets him swinging. Looks like there was a little confusion over there, whether it was strike 2 or strike 3. And he sits down as it is strike 3, and that's the second out of the bottom half of the 6th inning. Now hitting for the Marlins, Nick Boyer. Boyer with a high fly ball to center field. Nice diving effort there. Boyer is aboard with a ball into the gap. That's, of course, scores Andrew Hill. So Nick Boyer with an RBI single. So Boyer on first with 2 outs. Ryan Carden at the plate for the Marlins. Big curveball in there for a strike. There's a throw down to second base after the ball got away from the catcher. Runner safe. And a ball on the pitch. So Nick Boyer moves over to second base. He is again in scoring position today. Boyer had a single back in the 2nd inning. So Carden at the plate with 1 runner in scoring position. There's a chopper over to second. There's a high bounce off that skinned infield over to first. That's the 3rd out of the inning. So I guess, folks, there you have it. Now it's official. Here is your 2004 Scripps Ranch Little League World Series It's your Marlins. They just beat the Yankees 7-2 here at the 2004 Scripps Ranch Little League World Series here at beautiful Steve Allen Field. This has been a George Langevin video production, and I'm Scott Hall. Thank you all for watching.
All it is just buying the DVDs. All you have to do is buy the DVDs. Yeah, we're actually not doing this. Well, the reason, that's the man you want to talk to about it. Well, what we need to do really is have enough people increase it, like pre-sold to buy it, in order to actually do it.
Well, how much is that? I'll go to both of them.
George. What's your catcher? How'd you know? Congratulations. Marcus Mamundi, not a catcher. Just play second base. Congratulations, big guy. Lead off man. Roger Ahern. Not that Roger, this one. Come on up. Shortstop, not a catcher. Congratulations. Taylor Davis, catcher. Lots of catchers. Catcher outfield, great job. Thank you. Anthony Colts. Anthony Colts, pitcher, outfielder. Congratulations. I need the other Anthony. I get 2 Anthony's in a row. Been doing it all year. Anthony Zaki, third base.
Hey, it's not national. Hey, we're American, not national.
Yeah, they're all in here. Here we go. We'll switch it right here.
Tyler Robinson, first base, third base, outfield, not catcher.
I say we break it.
Here you go, buddy.
I don't even recognize. Is that Nicholas? No shirt. Nicholas, first base, 2 home runs this year.
Yeah, Nick.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Ed Hickenbotham. He's the center fielder, and he had 11
Gary
brothers.
Edward Higginbotham, let's
Am I done?
go.
There you go, buddy.
Congratulations, Yankees. Practice next week, Wednesday again.
Hey guys, try and tap on the line and cheer for the Marlins. Mike Hopper, come on out. Let's hear about your Marlins.
The Yankees are a wonderful team. We'll see you in the finals at TOC. Give them a big hand, guys. We had a huge coaching staff on the Marlins this year. We'll take a minute to introduce them all. Standing out there in the blue, Ken Cubas. Big hand, everyone. The finest pitching coach in San Diego, Greg McSparron, with the camera right there. Somewhere around here, I'm not sure where he is, but Don Hill did a wonderful job for us all year. And then bench coach Paul Honeycutt did a great job. Now let me introduce the real Marlins. Sorry, right over here. Ken, you want to help us help? What? Oh yeah, and most importantly, the best field man in the history of the game, Rob Batt. Everybody give him a big hand. He did math, he did our game, he's doing AAA, he's just all over the place. Really deserves a big hand. Okay, starting here, am I right? Kid's been on my team for 2 years now. Great pitcher, great third baseman, great outfielder. Brian Wen, come on down, Brian.
Brian? World Series?
Right after him, another 11-year-old pitcher, outfielder, made a great catch today, Ryan Carden. Come on down, Ryan. Right after him, a kid who pitched, played first, outfield, everyone we wanted him, shortstop, Chris Honeycutt. Chris, come on down. Congratulations, I think this kid was 7 for 8 in like 8 at bats over the 6 or 7 and 7 at bats over the playoffs. Cameron Cubis, way to do it in crunch time. Someone who probably needs no introduction to this crowd. Pitched a phenomenal game to get us here. Complete game. Pitcher, shortstop, Tyler McSpirit.
Great game, Tyler.
One of the hardest working players on any team all year. Hit great on base, great fielder, all around great player. Leadoff guy, Andrew Hill. Come on down, Andrew.
All right, Andrew. You earned it, buddy.
Made some spectacular plays all year long at third base. Hit the ball very well consistently. Michael Hill, come on down.
All right, Mike.
Is that Mike?
You saw him pitching last inning, that left-hander coming about 3/4 side. Catcher, first baseman, pitcher, great hitter, Nick Back, come on down. First World Series of all time Little League. Made a great catch today. Had an overall great year playing third base, outfield. Had power to play. Connor Bryan, come on down.
Right, Connor. Hear them cheering for you, Connor?
They used to have a player in Philadelphia they called Nails, Lane Dykstra, because he was like always diving, always getting his uniform dirty. There's the Nails on this team. Nick Boyer, come on down.
Looking, going. Oh. Good job.
Had a home run, had a phenomenal diving catch today. In one of his games here, he had 3 doubles. Michael Hopkins, come on down.
Shake first, Mike.
You gotta shake your hand.
And the reason I do this, my son Kyle Hofford. And Yankees, we'll see you in the finals at TOC. Thank you.
And one more thing to hand out. Can I have, just for a random pick, whoever played right field from each team in the very last inning? Who was in the right field in the 6th inning? Tyler and Ryan.
Didn't do anything.
That's it?
Padres have. The Padres have also donated to us today.
I was in right field. All right, I like that.
I'm here. Make sure I can see you.
Give it back.
No, that's making sure I can see you.
We gotta interview you.
I think we need to slow down.
Out here.
Hello everyone, I'm Scott Hall for George Langevin Video Productions, and I am standing here with 3 of the 2004 Little League World Series champions, the Marlins. Guys, tell me what your name is and what position you play.
Christopher Honeycutt and first base.
Ryan Carden and shortstop.
Brian Wayne and third base.
All right, Mr. Honeycutt, you came in there and pitched a pretty good game. You had a nice game at bat. How did you feel about winning this World Series?
Okay.
Okay, you just won a World Series. Most guys pop champagne, they go out partying. What are you going to do tonight to celebrate?
I don't know.
All right, guys, what do you have planned for this summer? You got anything big plans going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to June Lake near Mammoth and go motorcycling with my dad.
All right, is that part of the whole celebration of winning the World Series?
No, we just planned it for we planned it like 2 weeks ago. So.
Very nice. Now we'll work our way all the way down here. How do you feel like you guys did today?
Good.
What was your favorite part of today's game?
Hitting, maybe.
Hitting? It's usually everyone's favorite part. What are you going to do this summer? Now you're on summer vacation, right? So what are you going to do?
I'm going to go to Hawaii with my family.
Wow, going all the way to Hawaii. Excellent. Take some time off from baseball. I understand. That's all right. Good. Well, guys, we're here with 3 of the Marlins who just won the Scripps Ranch World Series. We'll be right back with 3 more. And we're here with 3 more of the World Series Marlins. Guys, how does it feel to be wearing this gold medal across your chest? First, let me know what your names are and positions.
Cameron, first base. Connor Bryan, left field. Michael Hill, third base.
All right, so Cameron, tell me, how does it feel to be wearing the big gold medal?
It feels good, and I want to thank Mike Hoffer for being our coach, and Tyler McSparron's dad for helping all the pitchers, and I want to thank all the coaches.
Excellent. Well, they did an excellent job. How do you feel like you guys did today? Tell us about the game.
Really good, and there's a lot of pitchers today, which we don't really normally do, but today we just wanted to have fun because both teams have gone to TOC, and it was just really fun today.
Excellent. Well, it sure was, and it was a great day out there for baseball. And we'll work our way all the way down to the end. Tell us what was your favorite part of today's game?
Winning.
Of course. Now, there's a true baseball player. The favorite part is winning. So how do you feel like you guys did today?
Okay.
Yeah? So do you have any big plans this summer for celebration?
Just staying home and watching TV.
Well, hey, that's as good as any. All right, guys, there you have it. The 2004 World Series, Scripps Ranch World Series champions, the Marlins. And we're here with 2 more. Guys, tell us your names and positions.
Andrew Hill, second base.
All right, Andrew. Now yours?
Nick Boyer, shortstop and second base.
All right, Andrew. How do you feel like you guys did today? Tell us about the game.
Good. We played it like any other game, and try to do our best, and hope we can go on to the TOC.
So it was just another day at the office for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So tell us, what was your favorite part of the game today?
We hit the ball really well, and one of our best games, and we played really well, and we did our best.
Do you consider hitting your specialty?
Yeah, and we had a lot of pitchers, so.
Excellent. Well, you guys sure scored enough runs, 7 overall in today's game to take the victory. And you guys did an excellent job. Any big plans for the summer, guys?
Yeah, working with my mom.
Working with your mom. Nice.
Cancun and playing with my friends, I don't know.
Awesome, man. Cancun. Wow, you guys are taking cool vacations. All right. And we're back here with the final 3 Marlins of this 2004 World Series champions. Guys, tell us your name and positions.
Nick Bat, pitcher and catcher.
All right.
Tyler McSparron, shortstop and pitcher.
Kyle Hoffer, pitcher, third and outfield.
All right, excellent. Nick, you came in to close the game out here today. That was a heck of an outing for you. How did it feel out there to be on the mound in the World Series?
Well, closing it is one thing, but basically shutting them out is another.
Absolutely. Well, you did an excellent job on the hill. You got any big plans this summer? What are you going to do?
Go to camp.
Now, I'm hoping that this is a baseball camp we're talking about.
1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah, very nice. Excellent. Tyler, how do you feel like you guys did today?
I feel like we played great defense and we also hit very well too.
Excellent. What do you feel like was your favorite part of the game today?
My favorite part was definitely when Nick threw that last strike to clinch the World Series.
Absolutely. That is a very exciting moment. So head our way over here. What was your favorite part of the game today?
Well, I love it when we won, but it was also fun when I was pitching, and especially when Michael Hopkins made that diving catch in the outfield.
Now, that diving catch was an excellent play. You did a wonderful job on the mound today. What are you doing this summer? Tell me about some big plans of yours.
I don't really have any big plans, just sleeping in, having fun over the summer.
Well, I tell you, those are good enough plans. Thanks a lot, guys. You did a wonderful job. There you have it, folks. Your 2004 Scripps Ranch Little League World Series champions, the Marlins. Thanks for being with us, guys. Good job, guys. So I'm here with the coach of the Marlins, the World Series champions. Coach, how do you feel like you guys did today?
I think the team played very well. Played solid defense, hit the ball well enough to score enough runs to win the game.
Do you feel like this was a consistent effort of theirs, that this showing today was consistent of what they've done throughout the season?
Yeah, sometimes we hit the ball a little bit better than today, but they had some tough pitchers up against us, and so we scored enough runs. But our defense was solid like it's been all season.
Excellent. The defense was spectacular. A couple diving plays by Tyler at short and a diving play in the outfield. These guys really did an excellent job. What do you attribute this excellent defense to?
I think they worked hard all year. We probably practiced more than any team in majors, and practice paid off in the end.
Well, it sure did. Coach, what are the plans now? What's next for you guys?
We start TOCs Monday, and we win 4 games there. We'll be the TOC champions. Never had one in this league. We're going to be the first one.
Oh, beautiful. There you have it, guys. The Marlins, the 2004 Little League World Series champions here in Scripps Ranch. They came back from a 2-0 deficit to win the game officially 7-2 after hitting again in the bottom of the 6th inning. It was a real nail-biter. The Yankees were a tough team, but the Marlins proved to be the victor. So there you have it, folks. Your 2004 Scripps Ranch World Series winners, the Marlins. This has been a George Langevin video production, and I'm Scott Hall. Thank you for watching.